best way to change the world is to change yourself. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well. If you haven't already, please subscribe, comment, like and share this video if you enjoy it, and let's get right into it. So most of us always look to other people, we always look to things, we always look at the next person to be the one that changes the world, to be the one that changes the culture in the workplace, to be the one that addresses racism, to be the one that addresses those uncomfortable conversations. But what's important is that you have to realize that sometimes you're the one that can change the world. You can change the world. Always looking for answers from other people why you can't do things, or even trying to blame other people as to why you're not getting a promotion, why you didn't get the job you wanted, why your business is not thriving, whatever it may be, why the world is such an ugly place. But it's important to realize and look at yourself first. What are you doing to make the world a better place? What are you doing? How are you contributing to society? When you're seeing injustice, what are you doing about it? Are you the type to sit back and think, well, somebody else will deal with it, well, somebody else will protest, well, somebody else will campaign, well, somebody else will do this? But it's important to realize that you can be the change you want to see. It starts from one person. It takes one person, then before you know it, it's a whole village, it's a whole culture, it's the whole world. You have to want to see change within yourself. You have to want to see things change, whether that's within your business, whether that's in a place of work, whether that's in your relationship. If you want change, you have to be the one to want to implement the change. And if you feel like you're not privileged, it's up to you to point out those situations. Being quiet doesn't change anything. Silencing your voice means that somebody else that's just like you will go through the same situation. Sometimes you speaking out, you don't realize how you can impact other people around you. You don't realize how you can change the world by simply educating people that might not be aware of your indifferences, of the things that you're going through. You're going through a situation and you know the reason why people don't treat you fairly is because of that. Sometimes it's being able to simply explain and realize, hey, I've got a problem, I'm dealing with it, so if I seem off, it's because of this. And maybe people understand you more. Or if you see racism within the workplace, it's not up to you to think, well, it's not affecting me, so it doesn't matter. You have to stand up for people. You have to stand up and do your part in the world. That's how we can change. This can be applied to every single little thing. Whether that's changing the environment, that's changing people, that's changing your attitude, it has to come from within. Some people think, well, I'm not educated enough, so I can't get anything, and you're looking to blame other people. But what have you done for yourself? You need to stop making excuses for the way things are. If you're facing racism, you can't just say, well, they don't really understand my culture, so I'll leave it as it is. No, it's your job to make them understand. If you're always making excuses like, I'm not at my healthiest because I don't have time to meal prep, it's up to you. Nobody controls. You can control what you do. You have time for things you want to make time for. If you want to see change, it has to come from within. Or I'm only retaliating and I'm only angry at people that are angry at me. Well, that doesn't change anything. You have to be the change you want to see. If people mistreating you, you'll be surprised at how their attitude changes when you approach them with a smile. You approach them with, I understand, okay, that's fine, but I'm going to let you steal my joy. It's important to realize you are the change, that you can be the change you want to see. You get from life what you put into it. If you're lazy, you're going to get a lazy outcome. If you don't speak up and raise your voice about situations that you don't agree with, situations like racism, injustice, gender inequality, whatever it may be within the workplace or just generally, you're not going to see change. You have to be the change you want to see. You have to speak up, raise your voice and let people hear you. Fine, you may not change the whole system directly, but it will probably impact one person. They might change their attitude to how they treat the next person. So it's important to be able to speak up about uncomfortable issues, uncomfortable situations. If you're always looking for things to blame on other people, life will present you that. So it's important to realize that you are the change you want to see in the world. You can have an impact. Speak for things you don't agree on. Change things you want to see. Clean up your neighborhood if you have to, because people won't clean up for you. Whatever it may be the change you want to see. If you're always lazy and thinking, well, I'm not successful, I'm not wealthy, I don't have enough money because of this and that, there's always reasons to blame. But the problem is you will miss opportunities because you're too busy blaming other people. You're too busy blaming it on things that didn't work out. Look around you and you find several opportunities. The same way, if you want to be successful, you have to start thinking and acting like a successful person. You have to start thinking, wait, how do rich people retain their money? That's because they don't spend it on every single little thing that they get. They use their money to make more money. So you have to start thinking, filling your mind with all these concepts, with all these ways you can change, with all these ways you can improve, eating better, sleeping more, taking time for yourself. Stop focusing focusing on what's not working and look outside the box. Stop focusing on how the workplace is racist but you're not doing anything to speak up about it. They'll probably think you don't realize. Stop focusing on things that don't matter. Stop spreading the gossip. You have to be the change you want to see, and you see how the world around you changes. You see how the attitude changes. If you feel like you're not being paid fairly, speak up and go and tell people that. Present them with facts and tell them what you're doing and how you deserve to be treated equally like everybody else. Don't just sit up and hope that change will happen within itself. Change happens from within you, whether that's becoming successful, losing weight, becoming the best version of yourself. You have to be the change that you want to see. You have to want these things to happen and take steps towards it. Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you on my next one.